I've heard quite a few very interesting things at the seminar, just as we speak now, around new models of how to inspire partnerships, getting rid of obstacles like legal stuff and things like that, which are very important. So I think we are becoming a bit more concrete, which is very, very exciting, because I've been around for some years, and now that I have an opportunity to lead a governmental agency, I think we need to move from rhetoric. We have heard the buzzword multi-stakeholder approach in every setting for many years, and we need to prove that in activities and behaviors. And what I find interesting here is that we actually do have models. When I thought that I'm going to hear those things that I've heard, I actually heard something new now where we can be inspired. And as a development agency, Sida's got a financial tool, which is grants. We actually have 10 billion Swedish crowns on top of the traditional gift that we have been dealing with for many years. We have new tools that we can use in partnership with others. And I have some new ideas actually from this seminar today. And I think it's very important to be open, to explore new ways of working together, and bringing a development agency with a lot of experience, tradition, into a partnership where we have to learn from others, and where we need to actually get the commercial sector to actually learn from us, and to inspire them to learn from us, and not to be kind of Sida, that's the old way of doing development. It's not. It's about learning from each other, and I think there is a momentum, and that's my responsibility to lead that change with others. So I'm optimistic. We know the speeches from the whole sector now, so we need more time to really talk to each other, but also around examples, around things that we do, and if that's in an informal setting, we will achieve so much more. So that's really, really needed, and I think Tällberg and other meetings like this should think a little bit more. How can we even develop further the way we facilitate meetings and things like that, like this, so we can move a bit quicker. And I think it's a waste if we have to repeat the things we didn't do well, because there are so many new actors in the development aid industry, which is a good thing. But it's not a good thing if we don't talk to each other, if we are kind of replicate the not to do things. And also I think if we continue to be suspicious, because I have a background in the NGO sector as well, and I know that the NGO sector, if the person who gives to a charity in Sweden would actually be able to really see the end result, as you do when you buy a mobile phone. You know if you want that mobile phone next time you buy a mobile phone. But when you give to a charity, it's a little bit harder to really judge the product that the charity delivers. And we have been living in a world where we have not been scrutinized really as an NGO sector and as a governmental development aid deliverer. And that has fostered a tradition where we have not really spend enough energy on how to find the smartest solution or how to be very efficient and effective. We can learn from the business sector how to do things better, but they should also know that when they enter the territory that we know, they also need to understand the context in which they work. And if we can really include the people we work not for but with on the ground in this three-part conversation, we can be so much more successful. And that's where you need Tällberg and other settings like this. But you also need people to move quicker into conversation and skip a little bit of the formalities, even more. I'm going to go back and think about that. Maybe if we make, get a little bit of that, the universal language of music into the way that we think, because there's a lot of a lot of rhetoric, a lot of smart thinking, but even though we are talking about people, we are not really brave enough to bring in the cultural and emotions and people's real driving forces. We are very intellectual about it, so maybe you're right. We should think about that.